decipher what I'm saying. I was always fascinated by intelligence. What does it mean to be intelligent? Is it a thing you have? Is it something that you don't have? And some years ago when I had a discussion with a friend, I was talking about Einstein, who's regarded to be, I guess, smartest person. And I took an issue with it because the question I asked is, when you say the smartest, it sounds so absolute. You know, so you give him anything and he can do it, and do it the best. So maybe he's able to build a computer for Steve Jobs, one of those softwares, whatever. So what does it mean to be intelligent? And then I think about college admissions, the fact that perhaps every college, or most colleges, put a lot of emphasis on test scores, and test scores become that marker, that thing that says you're smart, you're intelligent. Going forward, we have a good idea of how your academic performance would be. And when I took a psychology course with Dr. David Getchley, he asked me to do a research paper, and I chose intelligence, and the topic is college admissions should not be based on intelligent test scores. And I found out a whole lot of things about intelligence. For one, I found out that this thing called Savior syndrome in regards to intelligence, where you don't have just one, intelligence is not just one thing, it's not just academic. You know, you have creative intelligence, you have emotional intelligence, you have academic intelligence, all sorts of things, all sorts of intelligences. And I was fascinated. I was like, wow, this is interesting. This is really interesting. So it means, therefore, that for me to say I'm going to college and I have a test score that is below average, does that mean I'm not intelligent? Does that mean I'm not ready for college work? Then to put the icing on the cake, I look at me. If you read my thing, you'll see where I look at myself and I said, well, if you were to look on my high school records, yeah, you know, yeah, and I'm at Empire State. I started in 08, and you know, in every one of my studies, I've gotten an A.
Oh, you're smart.
So you know, but there are factors as to why someone is not at the time academically capable. There are so many factors that go into it. We can go into that, but we're not going to go into that. No, but suffice to say that intelligence is not just academic, and students should be well-rounded. Colleges should look for that the well-roundedness of a student. And I think that it shouldn't be so heavily based on academic scores, because aptitude tests, which colleges use to determine going forward how well a student will do, studies have shown that it's really not a good predictor. As a matter of fact, students who enter colleges with average test scores or whatever go on to be very doctors and, brilliant people. Brilliant people. So I didn't prepare a speech about the paper. The article speaks for itself. You can read it. But that's just my piece on it. And one thing that amazed me, I say that when I leave, was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., where in the research when I was doing it, I realized that if the college, in his graduate record, he was below average. He was below average. And when he applied to Boston to do his doctoral degree, and after he finished, it said in the research that he was like below average. He wasn't that, you think of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the great orator, and And you would think, wow, that's a brilliant, oh, he must have done so well at school, you know. But he didn't really, I mean, on paper, it didn't really show that. So, you know, my thing is, I would love to be in a position one day where I can really go into this some more and maybe do some more research on it and maybe do some academic research that is and see what we can do. I know it's not a perfect world. It's not an ideal, I don't live in an ideal world. And I know colleges have to abide by certain policies and whatever. But yeah, it's something to think about. It's something to think about. Thank you.
Thank you.